All right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. A little bit of an update of what's going on in the world of Apex Legends esports news. And honestly, we've got to talk about meta. We've got to talk about results with metas and how these things are going to change. What's going on with North American Regional Finals? What may happen? How might they do this? And what can we expect going forward? Also, international land scrims are a thing that normally happens. And because North American Regional Finals has been delayed, what in the world seems to be the holdup? Well, let's dive into the world of ALGS news. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to stay up to date with all things going on here. And let's dive into it. First, I want to mention a little bit of a concept. I do think that Apex could do stuff like this whenever they host LANs. Instead of just getting this traditional Apex or ALGS logo, I really like what Chrono put together here with having these themed events. You know, some palm tree stuff in the back to kind of give off the LA vibe. I really would like to see Apex, maybe make it a little bit more real about where we're going and make the a Japan land really give that vibe of it or so. I don't know if we're actually going to have one. I've actually heard that we might not have a Japan land, so stay tuned on that in the future. Also want to mention some scrim results. Now, it's really hard to go into this when you have two teams that don't show up to play in Dark Zero and Last, which is obviously not the norm. XSET in first, though. Obviously, this one was a weird one because XSET is one of those teams that we've been talking about the last couple of days. They're on the brink. They're right there in 13th. They're looking to get into the top 12, so they qualify for land. Cloud9, on the other hand, is still getting outplaced by XSET. As of now, it seems very likely that XSET will outplace Cloud9 and probably surpass them in going to land qualification, which could be insane. There is a chance that maybe they both pass someone they're in like 11th or so, and maybe they both get in. I'm not sure, but XSET in first. However, if it did end on a match point format, it would have been TSM that won. Just throwing that out there as well. But XSET doing really good in all of these. Really interested to see how that result does play out. Also wanted to make mention of North American Regional Finals. Everybody has been kind of confused. There's been a lot of pros that haven't been streaming as much, and I guess it's because we don't really know what's going on with the whole North American Regional Finals section. But Madness posted this, a little bit of a bait earlier. We just won regional finals, and I was like, wait a second, is this like an actual concept? Could they have actually big brained us all to schedule the North American Regional Finals off stream and before this patch ends so that it's not that big of a deal, and maybe they can just get the result out and we can be done? It would suck for viewers base, of course, like we would all be like super upset that we didn't get to watch. But it would be nice to get the results before they move over to a new patch, because it seems like that is exactly what's going to happen. Of course, we watched the clip from Imperial Hal the other day that said exactly that. And according to Zara, commenting on some of these Reddit threads as well, it seems like, you can see Zara right here, it's not a thing anymore, unfortunately, to actually save the old patch. Now, Call of Duty does this, and we actually saw this at Major 1 for Call of Duty, where they were actually able to play on an old patch, even though that everybody online playing ranked were playing a new patch with different maps, different points and such, but they were playing on an older patch of the game. And Apex was, kind of in conversation to do this, considering this whole hacking situation. It would make more sense that these pros prepared for this old patch. They were playing the metas of these old patch. Why send them on a new patch and give them an all new meta and basically make them adapt that quick and not give them the result all because of a hack that happened? It's really not fair to them. So Zara came out to say that's not a thing anymore, unfortunately, unless they have some way of making custom games on a different patch now, because ALGS used to have a separate client early last year or the year before, I can't remember, where patches would be different from the live game, but now it's just whatever the live game is on. So really unfortunate stuff to see that. Now, there's been a lot of theories about when North American Regional Finals is going to be. Respawn said they would give an update soon, and it still has not come out, unfortunately. Many people thought it was going to be a 24-hour update or maybe in the next couple of days, but with a big patch coming up soon, it seems fairly likely that we are not going to get this regional finals done in time, and we more than likely will be going to that new patch. That seems to definitely be the case, and it's unfortunate. But you can look at these predictions for this meta in this patch, and who does it really favor? It seems like Bangalore might seriously be out of this meta. We looked over in the TikToks and shorts the other day, and even on a video, it seems very likely that many pros think that Seer is going to be coming back into the meta, Caustic staying in the meta, and there's been a lot of open doors for Horizon or Mad Maggie or maybe some other legends as well. That third is really undecided, Valkyrie as well, but Seer seems to definitely be on the horizon, no pun intended, to come back into the meta, and it's going to be an interesting conversation to say the least. I'm just kind of upset or kind of, I guess emotional for these teams that really prepared with a specific legend meta and then it didn't work out, because Disguise was one of those that was playing on the Wraith meta, right? And they were doing really good. They were cooking up something that not really anybody else in the league was. Disguised with a second place finish, Disguised with a fourth place finish. They were really doing something special with this whole Wraith concept, and I really wish that it would have stayed around a little bit longer stronger. And who knows how it would have worked inside of the regional finals. But when it comes down to these top 12 teams, there is a very tight gap for how far this thing is actually going to stretch out, because X headed 13th only at 70 points. Cloud9's only 2 points ahead of them. If Oxygen don't do good and X headed Cloud9 do, yeah, you might have X get in, but it might be Oxygen that dips out. Optic Gaming's going to have a big day. Eternal EC was having a big day in that regional finals until sadly things came crashing down after the hacking situation. Could they have done enough? I'm not sure. Could Native have done enough? I'm not sure. It would have literally taken a miracle, but it could have been possible. SSG was also struggling in those first 2 games. So still super interested on how this thing is going to pan out. But because that is not complete yet, you've actually had a delay on international land scrims. Of course, when we were going into champs, international scrims were very, very popular. They were happening all the time, but sadly they haven't been happening as of late because we're still waiting for North America to take place. So it seems like that's where we're at right now. A little bit of a holding pattern when it comes to international land scrims, but hopefully we'll get this North America situation figured out soon, and then hopefully we will start these scrims for international pretty soon as well to follow. Let me know what you guys are thinking about all the topics down in the comment section below. Not as juicy, of course, but every day is Apex Legends esports news right here on the channel. So like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all things going on in the scene. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.